All right. Rhino spec, pretty good. Saber, not as good. Supply, probably not. I think we'll go with this. Don't want the fangs, but you know, it's better than something we got to sell out of. So we're not really using the fangs as missile defense. We're just using them as chaff. Go for crawlers. Should we ever position ourselves like ASIM just so we know where to put the crawler? I guess he has to come in from here, right? So we could kind of like just put more eggs in this basket. Is it worth like putting all your eggs in this basket though? Like, is this smart? Or I mean, it might be smart. Why don't we try that? Okay, perfectly symmetrical. That a little bit of an oversight. He's playing a standard pack. I'm just so used to people playing aggro ASIM every match. I think this is fine though. We do have the gun here to slow him down in one chaff, so we shouldn't lose this side immediately. And we actually will probably win here because we have two sides on his one. Unless he gets the tower, which is going to happen. This is why I don't like ASIM, because you know, you can get your tower taken. Okay, so probably I shouldn't do this again. One tank, two crawler, or we can go for two marksmen. I think I go for two crawler. Maybe even one fang here. Don't know if the fang even does anything. Probably doesn't do anything because it just walks up too forward. It's probably not bad though. It's probably fine. Okay, so we see the Phoenix. I'm gonna lose to the Phoenix, but I'm not worried about the Phoenix. The question is, do you actually invest in the marksman or do you just ignore it? Probably not horrible to ignore it for another round. Just because once you get the link, then the Phoenixes just don't matter. And you probably want to spend more of your time getting the link than you do on marksman that don't really scale. Speaking of scaling, the arc lights are pretty, you know, they're doing a lot here. Does he have link as well? Okay, so we're worried about the Scorpion. I'll just take the Farseer. I won't sell it right away, but now I don't want to go into link because of the threat of the Scorpion. That being said, I'm going to continue building until I have a reason not to. But I think I'm gonna soon have a reason not to. These, we might even be able to go for a Fang Shield here if it depends. He might go fire, right? The Fang or another crawler. I kind of like the look of how many fangs we have here. Do we need temp speed? Probably not, but probably yes. Okay, scorpion time. So we don't need to get the link. We can just sit like this. If you get the link, it costs 600. We can just get range as well. If we want to go for a single tech on the sledges. And now we start building wasp after this. A Fang shield will be interesting, I think. So I'll get range on the sledges maybe, because we need a little bit of range so the Scorp doesn't kill everything right away. But I feel like our game plan's falling apart. Additional deploy, and I think we need to start selling some things. Maybe sell the gun first. We'll go in for 3 chaff. Okay. Wait a second. So we need range. So what I could do is I could probably sell this. Use this guy to maybe come in, or like kind of right like this or something. Okay, I can go for my range. Or do I want range? I'm kind of messed up here. I don't know what I want now. Let's just go into... Just go into wasps. And then we'll go into Phantom Ray. Okay, sells out of the Scorpion. Now I go into Link. The Rhino is going to get hacked, unfortunately. And he probably loses because his only anti-air is these 2 Phoenixes. But he will build Mustangs most likely next round. It's going to be sad when he hacks this, but yeah, this is hacking pretty quick. So the Link is not amazing into hacker, but it's going to be amazing into his other units. Like his Arclight, it did 20k, and that was mostly into tanks. We need to consider what we need to put in front. Like I'm thinking a front line of like Phantom Rays with armor or something. So I'll go for the Link now. So let's go for no money for the Phantom Rays, so I'll just go for a couple more tanks, I think, because there is an opportunity now to go for more tanks. Wasp chaff is still probably decent. Okay, so the answer is Mustangs, and our answer to that will be the some Phantom Rays in front. Could consider armor, but I could also just put my Phantom Rays all the way in the front, so like they will lock on. That being said, if you put them all the way in the front, they probably just go like here. I wonder if the Mustangs go here fast enough. I think they do, because the distance between here and the distance between the Mustangs have to go to hit the Phantom Ray is roughly the same. That way you don't need range on the Wasp. You're just going to save you 500, which is huge. Let's remember not to put down any missiles because we end up missiling our own wasp fangs since they get hacked so quick. So at this point, the only thing that's going to do damage is the hackers. Everything else doesn't do anything, but he can start a chain reaction. Like, see, this is starting to turn into his link, which is actually really funny. So, see, look at this. He's basically turned our link against us. Some huge damage. So we'll do the front line of Phantom Rays with armor now. Like this, and we can go for another one. I think you have to start borrowing. We could go level 2, but no need for the time being. Just put these guys 2 squares. And we'll just send them up right behind the these guys. So we're gonna get messed up from this Phoenix. I could consider a like so something here, but it probably dies. I could consider like a chaff here. Okay, we'll upgrade everything and we'll go ground spec. Okay, we don't have ground spec. Okay, we're in potentially a little bit of trouble because I wonder if this is even gonna get through. EMP on what unit? Okay. So what we could do later is it's like a fang here in front. We could click Fang Shield as well. Would be an interesting play if we end up surviving this round, which is not likely. The only problem is this Phoenix, right? If this Phoenix wasn't here, we'd be doing pretty good. We would basically just win with everything. But with this, you know, we're having a little bit of trouble. But we did click the ground spec, so we should be able to clean up 2/3 of his field. And he's not hacking nothing. Alright, so get levels on the Phantom Rays, probably click shield on the Phantom Rays, just double down on the Phantom Rays, just keep doing what worked great. He's gonna go for the Raiden, which is fine. 500. Go for the cell. I do like the idea of the Fang shield though. You know, imagine he's gonna put a missile here, so I could probably get away with two fangs here, because if he missiles here, like, hits the Fang, right? And same thing here. Fang shield would be very interesting, but it's a lot of money. I'd rather go for the shield on the Phantom Ray or more Phantom Rays. Like, it's just not. Yeah, I don't think I want the 500. Spend the 500 on the Fang shield. I'd rather spend this. You know, get some more, but it's only just one more Phantom Ray. But still, it's probably decent. Just get another one here. Maybe I need wasps like behind this with aerial spec, since he's going for the or shield on the wasp. Don't know here. Starting to run out of time here. All right. I don't feel amazing about this here. I don't feel like I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I'm overlooking something. We know that there's going to be Raidens, so the shield is somewhat helpful. Uh-oh, that's not what you want to see. 2 packs just disappearing like that. He's got no techs yet. The missile hits ourself as we originally tried to remind ourselves. And now the wasps are just falling, and we're gonna lose here. The Raiden's wrecked this. I did need probably some kind of aerial spec. Wasps behind. I needed to probably transition. Okay. I mean, he only got 1 Raiden there. It wasn't even like a super counter. Well, we should have been able to anticipate and be able to counter what happened there. So I was worried about the missile. You know, honestly, and I think that's kind of what messed us up a little bit. So knowing what he's gonna do, we go for probably aerial spec first, upgrade everything, and let's just see what we can get here. We can only get 4 more, so we might even want to put these in front. I don't know if you want to put them in front, but like you need them somehow. Perhaps it's better to have them in front. I don't know. Perhaps it's better to just spread them out a little bit so you can't quite like hit everything at the same time. Maybe we screwed ourselves with the Phantom Race being so far forward. I think that could be a mistake. Since he's not aggro, why is our unit so far forward, right? The first pack of wasps all just didn't melt. And the remaining wasps are getting targeted. And they are also melting because the Mustangs are just sitting really pretty there. So I think the Phantom Ray placement was not correct. Phantom Ray placement was not correct there. You could put the Phantom Rays here. You're probably pretty good if you can put the Phantom Rays here, or if you could just push or you could just go maybe more all in on the Wasp. So you probably go ground spec range. So you outrange your tanks a little bit. Well, you don't outrange them, but you add a little bit of distance. Let's just see what happens here. Double teched. I mean, level 1 Mustangs, 3 packs, 4 packs, you're probably not super scared of it. They're only level 1. Like if you could just win without having to go for the Phantom Ray, you're probably looking pretty good. See, that's pretty strong. Right, that's way better than going for a Phantom Ray with technology. 2,500 damage. How much did he have? Okay, he had full health, but still, you know, the point is not to win in 1 round. The point is to do the maximum amount of damage. This round, I think it's you put the Phantom Rays too far forward. It's a little bit hard. If the Phantom Rays all the way forward works if you're aggro. It does not work if he's standard. It doesn't do anything for you unless you bunch it up and you beacon it in. So maybe that's a play we can try. Like if we really wanted to do Phantom Rays, we could try to bunch it up. So let's say we go for the Phantom Ray. We don't go for this side, we go for this side. Let's just say you go for 4 Phantom Rays. Right, nice pack here. Leave 2 spaces for the crawler, for the missile. The borrow, kind of go all in. Go with the beacon. You probably want burst here, I think. And for 100 remaining, you probably want some missiles, but he will have like, he'll basically have, I could just level this up. So this is if you want to play aggro Ray. Actually kills the hackers as well, pretty quick. The armor, you know, it's not a huge deal since you're only dealing with level 1. But maybe it is a big deal since I lost almost everything. It's not as good as going for pure wasp here, so I think you have to trust the pure wasp a bit more. Alright, so if you want to try the Phantom Rays, then I think this is the way we're gonna have to do it. I'm not in love with the idea because you also have to click range on the wasp. Unless somehow the Phantom Rays just like move forward, everything locks onto the Phantom Ray, then you're probably fine. So I'm just gonna separate things with, you know, 2 squares. This is the best I can do without having to click the range. Maybe I don't need speed. Maybe I'll just do this. Let's see how this goes. So theoretically, these guys will lock on to the Phantom Rays, meaning that the range doesn't do that much if everything's already locked on. And you don't want the speed because the speed will make it... I'm not sure what's going on here. It looks like some are locked on, some are not locked on, but it's kind of doing their job. So this was probably my original intention. Let's see if it does 2500 or not so much. It looks like the pure wasp was just so good. And once he commits more into the Mustang, that's when you go for the maybe like the more of an aggro. So that worked. I'm pretty happy with that. 2300. I'm pretty happy with that. That forces him to go into like the that instead of, see, if you do this, then he's not going to go more into the Mustang. He's going to go into Raiden to kill this. That's when you can go like aerial spec wasp, and then you counter that with the ground spec as well. And you probably need around triple tech, or yeah, you probably need quite a lot of techs. But it just, if you go pure wasp, then he goes into the A Mustang. You have to go for like a tank. You have to go for the Phantom Rays then, because there's no way you're gonna be able to. The reason why we did 2500 was because all he did was level 1 Mustang with no techs, and you know, we had like ground spec, we had range, so of course we're gonna win. But once he clicks his techs, then you're gonna lose super hard. So so I don't mind this. What about just going in with the Phantom Ray hit squad? So kind of like we originally did it, but instead of burst, we'll go for just go for armor. Make sure we put it 2 squares so we can put a something in front. And this is better for missiles because you only need 1 fang, right? But it's very all-in-ish. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to like transition out of this later. Maybe just put like a ton of wasps like right behind, but it may not be amazing, like if you think about how it's going to work long term. You're better at clearing chaff when you have armor versus just burst. So none of these Phantom Rays are getting touched. Okay, you do 2500 there, so a touch better, but more all-in-ish because he knows where your pack is going to be. I mean, you know, I think I like the out of all the things that we played through, I like the Phantom Rays to, I guess 4 squares in front with the armor. I like that play because I did 2300 and it's not necessarily, you're not putting your Phantom Rays all the way in the front. Then like if he's gonna go for the Raiden response, then you consider shield, but I think you probably just start selling out even, right? You just go aerial spec and possibly ground spec or aerial spec range, or probably shield aerial spec. I don't know. You would need some techs. The thing is, it might be, you might be in a checkmate situation because you're gonna have to go like triple tech and you don't have the money for that. So I don't know how the round plays out if he goes into Raidens, but we do know that Wasps counter Raidens if it has like shield and aerial spec. Then you need something else for the ground. So you pretty much need all 4 techs all of a sudden, which is a bit much. But then, it's just the way things goes, right? If you double tech your Wasps, then he's going to counter that. But that makes sense. I think you double tech your Wasp first, make him counter it with the aerial spec. Then you do this probably as in like, in a beacon going in, and then you just win the game. If he gets the Raidens out the next round, I think you lose, right? Or you go into quad tech. But then your Phantom Rays are just basically going to die for free because they're not, they're so far forward. But if you put them to, 4 squares above, like we did in that one placement, they're probably not going to die for free, right? They're not. So if you think you could snipe him, like you just finish him off, and he goes for this, I like this play because this is more all-in-ish. I don't know, but you do 2300 just by putting him here. So I think there's a lot to consider, right? I probably would go with the passive approach, but then that's only after I double tech my Wasps with range and ground spec. Then I put this in the front with armor, and I just expect to win. Because he's going into he's going to go into Mustangs. He has no reason to go into anything for Phantom Rays. And then if there's another round on after that, I think you just lose, or you try to quad tech your Wasp. But it's pretty tough, I think.